This looks like a good spot to take a swim. I should take a dive. Ah!
The first thing I did was cut the top off of the water bottle, and I did the same to the bottom. I used a lighter to burn the edges so they wouldn't be sharp. I traced the bottle onto cardboard and I cut 2 circles, making sure to cut one outside of the line and one inside of the line so that one would lay on top of the bottle and one would be able to fit inside of the bottle. Then I took a piece of cloth and cut it to size, making sure that it would be able to wrap around the bottle. Then I stitched the 2 sides together to make a loop. I flipped the fabric inside out so that the ends would be on the inside. And then I cut out a circle of fabric and glued the circle onto one of the pieces of cardboard that would go on the outside of the bottle. I started hot gluing one side of the tube of cloth onto one piece of cardboard that would stick on the outside of the bottle. I took the other side of the fabric tube and glued it onto the other piece of cardboard and covered the fabric with another piece of cardboard. I put the tube inside of the bottle just to make sure that it would fit. Using a lighter, I melted a bottle cap and stuck a boba straw into it to make the handle of the syringe. I glued the bottle cap and the boba straw onto the piece of cardboard that would be on the inside of the bottle. Then I stuck the whole thing into the bottle, making sure to keep the cardboard covered in fabric on the outside. Then I glued it onto the bottle. This is me realizing that I messed up my mom's table, and I hope she didn't yell at me after. Then I took a smaller piece of cardboard and I stuck it onto the boba straw to make the handle. Then I melted a smaller bottle cap and stuck a smaller straw into it to make the needle of the syringe. I hot glued that onto the outside of the bottle, and this is your finished syringe.
Now onto the problem. Holden unknowingly dove into shark-infested waters. Unfortunately, he got bit in the thigh and lost a lot of blood. He was sent to the emergency room and needed a blood transfusion. Before his transfusion, the doctor had to draw his blood to figure out his blood type. In Holden's loopy state, he dreamt of the rate at which the doctor was drawing his blood. If the radius of the test tube is 7.25 millimeters and the height of the blood increases at a rate of 0.05 millimeters per second, what is the rate at which the volume of the blood in the test tube increases? To figure out this problem, we need to know our known values. We are given the radius, which is 7.25 millimeters, and we are given dH over dt, which is 0.05 millimeters per second. Now onto the equation. We use the equation for the volume of a cylinder, which is pi times r squared times height. Now we derive that, and we end up getting dV over dt is equal to 2 times pi times r times dr over dt times height plus pi times r squared times dH over dt. We can simplify that to get dV over dt is equal to pi times r squared times dH over dt. Now we just plug our values in. We get dV over dt is equal to pi times 7.25 millimeters squared times 0.05 millimeters per second. That ends up getting dV over dt is equal to 8.25649819 millimeters cubed per second.